Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome back to the channel, anyone who is returning, and welcome to anyone new. I hope you're doing amazingly. Today we are asking, what unexpected event is about to change your life? Now, that's a big question, and I think very relevant to the astrological times that we're living in. There's a lot of big upheaval going on, a lot of transition, a lot of change, to put it mildly. Now, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come to it, the messages, you know, if you're tuning in with your intuition, whenever you come to a timeless reading, the messages will be right for you, or they usually are. Now, let's turn over 3 cards together. We're going to have 3 piles today. So pile 1, you have the card of the world. Hearing to take from the top. Pile 2, you have the card of the Fool. Wow, big cards. Okay, and then pile 3, we have the Star. Okay, so those are our 3 cards to guide you in. I'm actually going to draw a rune and a charm for each of these as well. I know some of you really like those extras as well. So pile 1, you have the rune of Othilla. This is the rune of inheritance, gain, separation, all of these things, and we'll talk more about this in the reading. For pile 2, we have the Fool, and we have the rune of answers, signs and signals and synchronicities. And then for pile 3, with the Star, we have Fehu. This is a rune of nourishment, of possessions, of ambitions. Okay, so those are your runes and your charms. Pile 1, you have a turtle. Pile 2, you have an anchor. And pile 3, you have an owl. Okay, beautiful. Where should we put these? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, beautiful souls. So I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments longer to give you a little bit more time for anyone that needs it. Thank you for being here. I am really mega excited to be doing these readings. What unexpected event is about to change your life? As I said, astrologically, we are primed for transformation at the moment of doing this reading, so pretty exciting. I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Beautiful souls, trust your intuition, follow that gut feeling. If there's anything really big going on in your life that you want to focus on, you know, sit with that as well, first of all. And if more than one reading is speaking to you, then just trust that and follow through. There are very often messages in more than one pile, and certainly a lot of people are beginning to find this, I think, particularly during such times of transition and upheaval, so much happening. So beautiful souls, tons of love, and I'll see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. This is very fascinating because you have the card of the world, which is an ending. It's an ending and a new beginning. You have the turtle, which represents a turning point, a new beginning. In Native American mythology, the turtle came forward at a time when the lands were flooded. There was no land, and the turtle said, "Climb on my back, you know, and I will provide for you. I will be the land for you." So this is like a turning point, a birthing to something new. And Othilla is a rune of inheritance and gain. It's also a rune of separation. It's why it's known as the rune of inheritance, because, you know, actually when we lose something, something comes to an end, there is then a space of a new beginning. And this is, of course, exactly what the World card is about. So I feel as though there is an unexpected, I'm going to say an unexpected loss of something or a change of something that then creates a new beginning. Now this sometimes connects to real property, so it could be that you move house unexpectedly for some of you, but it's going to turn out to be really, really life-changing for you. So let's ask and get more information. Let's just dive straight into some tarot cards, and then we'll draw some oracle cards for you as well. So I'm seeing these and this and this and that one and that one. Okay, so what unexpected event is about to change your life? So we have the Chariot, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, okay, we have the Two of Swords, we then have the Page of Wands, the Hanged Man and the Moon. Okay, how interesting. I'm going to draw some oracle cards for you as well. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, we are asking what unexpected event is about to change your life, pile one. May we kindly have information, please, here. White Mantra Mother protects. Seeing this one. This is wanting to come too. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. We have the Princess of Red Poppies and Grandmother ensures safe crossing. Ah, okay. These are very, very important cards. Let's move this over. I feel as though there is some kind of a move taking place around you. And I think it is unexpected. You know, you could have to literally, because of the real property, there could be literally a physical move. But it's kind of, and I'm even seeing, look, with the Chariot, this hand up, almost like saying goodbye. You know, looking back, having to say goodbye to something. I think there was something that you thought was a really good fit for you. Something that you thought would stay in your world. And something has changed. Something has massively changed. You've got the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is sometimes a card of division, of conflict. I think at the moment you can't see the benefit of it, okay? At the moment, I think this change has come unexpectedly, so there's a loss of something. Having to move unexpectedly, having to take a different course. Let's move these over and make a little bit more room. I want to see if we can get, how many cards can we get into this row? That's a little bit better. Excellent. Yeah. And I think part of the challenge for you at the moment here, my beautiful pile one, is that you don't quite know. I think what's happened is that you don't quite know where you're going next. So something has shifted, something's changed. You're having to say goodbye to something. Yeah, you thought it was a really good fit, and actually it hasn't worked out. Now it could be that it turned out to be, if this leaving of something, this parting company is connected to some kind of a relationship, then it's been a difficult decision. You're facing a choice around this because something isn't really sitting very well with you. Something has to change. For many of you, I do feel that there is a location involved here. Maybe there was a place you thought you were going to stay. You thought it was quite permanent. Now there's purpose to this. This sort of like relocation is coming through here very strongly. Now, whether that relocation is just in the personal vicinity of your home world, or it could even be to do with your education, like you're changing from one course to another. Like you started, it would be like going to university, starting on a particular degree course or something, and then suddenly realizing that this just isn't for you, it's not working for you. Well, and there's a change of direction here. Or you signed up to something and it hasn't worked out. So there's a change of direction. Now, I think you're not exactly sure where you're going next. And this is part of the reading here. Because I think it has come as an unexpected surprise. You thought there would be longevity. You thought there was a future in this. So whatever this means in the context of your personal world, there is a separation. But you know what? There's also a gain and an inheritance. What's coming through here is that this is really right for you. It's completely right for you. You're being nudged, actually, here. And you will be protected, even if something that you thought gave you a sense of security or a sense of, I know where I'm going. Even though this is changing, you're being pushed here, nudged, literally, to move forwards, because something that you were with was not the right fit, even though you thought it was. And it's a challenging decision to make. I think the biggest challenge is that you don't quite know what's coming next. You haven't yet seen where you're going or you know, what's going to be taking place. You're not yet in that zone of having a clarity as to where you're going. Only that this is unexpectedly happening for you, but it is with higher purpose, and there will be a gain, there'll be an inheritance. You'll be protected as you move through this. I mean, look at this white mantra: mother protects, grandmother ensures safe crossing. So you really are being nudged in a different direction and with great purpose, my beautiful souls. Let's draw some more, in fact, let's draw some tea leaves here and see what we are shown. Okay, so we have a card coming through already. What else are we shown for my lovely, that doesn't feel right, for my lovely pile 1? Okay, I'm seeing this as well. And this one, and this one. Ooh, 2 coming through for you. Okay, fantastic. So we have grapes, time to go out and have fun. Okay, that's rather cool. Marriage. Okay. Where can we place these? I'll just run them along the top. Grapes, marriage, funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Okay. Sorrow over a loss, wreath, and broken ring. Okay. This is such a confirmation. These cards are such a confirmation for you, beautiful souls. So even though something is broken and you know, there's a lot of sadness around something that hasn't worked out. Perhaps you had, for some of you, invested in something. Again, you know, this can speak of real property, so stuff. But yeah, I'm seeing perhaps a course that you embarked on. It didn't work out. Something. It wasn't actually the fit, the long-term fit that you thought it would be. But this is because there is a different path waiting for you. If you had stayed with where you were, it would have not been the right path for you. So this actually had to break. So I'm really sorry if this has felt like there's a ton of upheaval that is unexpected, and I think you really thought you knew where you were going, but there is purpose to this separation. There's an element of separation here that needs to happen, and there are lessons to be learned here. You know, maybe that you, I won't say took something for granted, but kind of got very, very set in this is the way that it's going to be, or this is the right person to be working with, or the right place to live, or whatever that is. And actually, part of the lesson, I suspect, is with the Hanged Man and the Moon to kind of recognize that I think that there are other options as well, to expand your horizons. We can't always control everything, and sometimes the universe will throw us what feels like a bit of a curveball. Just when we thought we were on solid ground. You know, I think there are 2 things that are absolutely certain in life. One is death and the other is uncertainty. You know, I think that's the conclusion I've come to. The only two things in life that are certain: uncertainty, and that one day your earth walk here will end. So, you know, in many ways, a lot of what we tell ourselves is to help ourselves feel more safe and more secure and more stable, because as human beings, we often struggle with transition and change. I think part of this is teaching you to be more flexible, to have some fun, not to take things quite so seriously. I think sometimes as well we get very bogged down by things. And actually, that's understandable. You know, I'm not in any way, please don't think I'm in any way diminishing how you may be feeling. But, you know, we really can get quite emotionally wound up by things, and actually sometimes just walking away and sort of trusting that the universe there's a bigger picture and that we are being guided. I mean, it's a very challenging thing to really, really live at a level of trust that we sort of know it. I think as spiritual people, we know it. But living it is another matter, you know, and seeing everything as a space of opportunity and recognizing that we are being guided, even though sometimes it feels like a bit of a brick to the head or a bit of a curveball, that there is purpose. So I'm sorry that I think things have felt pretty intense around this, but there is a real message of reassurance here that this needed to happen and it's happening with purpose. There is learning here. Lessons to be learned, and even though it's frustrating and you're feeling a little bit anxious, particularly around finances, around how you're going to navigate this transition, actually a parting of the ways is really important. It's appropriate to part, because this was not a marriage made in heaven, as it were. This was not the right fit for you. So kind of try to chill out, try to walk away. I will just draw a few more cards for you to get a sneaky peek into the future, because I can see that there's a lot of anxiety around this. But I doubt we'll be given too much detail, and that's perhaps for another reading. But let's just ask if we can be given at least a little bit more information, a sneaky peek. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. Well, how gorgeous. You know, things are going to be okay. You're going to be given what you need. You really are. I mean, this is such a solid energy in the Eight of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Yeah, look at this 2, 2 and 2 we've got. Two of Swords, Two of Cups, and now the Two of Wands. A new opportunity is being opened up for you here. It absolutely is. There's your card. And you have the Moon again. This is really interesting. Can you see in this Moon card, we have a lone wolf. In this Moon card, we have two wolves. I'm seeing partnership here, and I'm seeing a gateway. The same with the Two of Wands. Actually, there is a money path waiting for you to find it, the right path for you. There is a gateway to be opened. The right partnership, the right fit is coming. I don't think it could have arrived as long as your time was completely governed by the path that you thought you were on, because it was taking up too much of your time. The new is coming. And it is a pathway to abundance, whatever that means, to stability. I'm seeing stability in the Eight of Pentacles. So we are going to see pathways, the right fit coming for you, rather than feeling like, wow, I'm out on my own. Where do I go from here? What do I do next? I think exactly, again, the right marriage, the right partnership, the right thing is coming for you. The right gateway is being opened, and it will be illuminated. I mean, isn't this gorgeous? You have a sun and a moon here, and then you have a cycle here as well. And we have the cycles of the moon on these two pillars, and an owl sitting here. So you'll be shown the way. You are being shown the way. It just feels like it's a bit heavy going at the moment. You will be shown the way. And I actually suspect within a moon cycle, within a moon month. Now, a moon month is about 29.5 days approximately. Any of you who follow my readings, my channel, will know I do a monthly moon update, energy update, where we look at kind of, the incoming influence of the moon, so that you can really navigate with awareness of that energy. And I do my all zodiac sign readings alongside the moon month as well. Beautiful souls, I think within a moon month, things are going to massively shift. I don't think this is going to take long. I think this is a short-lived experience. And I'm thrilled that these cards have come as a validation of that kind of timescale, whatever that opening will be for you. But I do think it's going to be a really, really good fit for you. Pile 1, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, keep us posted. It's amazing to hear from you. Thank you, all of you who comment. Thank you, all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. It's a real honour and a privilege to be reading for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, then subscribe and hit the little bell icon as well. And hopefully all of my readings will come through into your stream as soon as I post them. Pile 1, tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you again really, really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. This feels very exciting. There's a real buzziness around your cards, your card, your rune, your charm. With the card of the Fool, I think an opening, a new opportunity is about to be offered to you. I think this is the unexpected event. We'll draw loads more cards to find out more about this and get some details for you. But I also feel like you're going to have to it will feel like you're taking a risk, basically. It will feel like you're launching into the unknown. And I think some of you may be feeling a little bit unanchored because it feels like you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're stepping into something that feels exciting, exhilarating. It's almost as though I have a real sense in me of like it's a compulsion. It's like you've just got to do it. You've got to go there. And yet, simultaneously, I think that there's that sort of nerviness about, whoa, what will happen? This is very, very interesting having the anchor here. We'll see what cards we draw. The signs, the symbols, the signals, the synchronicities that this rune shows up. You know, whenever Anza shows up, you know, there's a real karmic sort of destiny kind of, this is meant to happen kind of feel to it. But it's also like, whoa, you know, it's like getting onto a roller coaster actually, and sort of not realizing what kind of a ride it is almost, because you simply don't know. It's like you just don't, or getting on a train and not actually quite knowing what the final destination might look like even. There's something very exciting going on around you. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and just dive straight into your tarot cards and see what we're shown. May we have more information for Pile 2. What unexpected event is about to change the lives of Pile 2, please? What is coming to change your life? Okay. Seeing these and also this one, and actually it's that one in there as well, and that one. Lots of cards coming through for you, beautiful Pile 2. Okay, wow. 6 of Pentacles, look at that. You've got a piñata. It's like, whoa, this is a gift. This feels like you hit the jackpot actually. Wow, you have the Lovers. How interesting. Okay, yeah, I feel like you kind of hit the jackpot in something here. We have the 7 of Swords. Wow, so I'm really seeing you with this particular 7 of Swords as well, like leaving behind. Yeah, maybe it is to do with a period of lack. We have 5 of Cups. Gosh, lots of choices being offered to you here. Okay. Page of Swords. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. Your reading is so interesting. Let me make sure we got all our cards in. Yes, we have. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Devil. And we have the King of Wands. Now, interestingly, the Lovers is ultimately a card of choice. It's about making decisions and choices, maturity of choice. I'm going to say I think you hit the jackpot. There literally is a life-changing, unexpected event. I think something is actually to be gifted to you, an opportunity. The question is, how do you choose? This would be like, let's say you've just set up a YouTube channel or something like that, or you've self-published a book, or you've done something and it goes viral, and suddenly you know, yeah, let's say you've self-published your book or your YouTube channel's taken off and you have a book and suddenly every publisher wants to sign you up. Or you're a singer, you've written your own songs. You put one out on YouTube, it goes bananas. And suddenly every record company is trying to sign you up. Well, who do you choose? Okay, who do you choose? I think there's more than one potential here. I'm seeing you being offered choices, more than one choice. Which way do you go? Which one do you connect to? You want your world to take off. You know that a period of lack, of struggle is coming to an end here. But who do you trust? All these people offering you deals. I feel that there's definitely more than one. The unexpected event is whatever triggers this. There is more than one kind of pathway to abundance here. Very, very interesting. Now, it's your choice, and I think you'll without a doubt, you'll make the right choice here. We've got the Page of Swords because there's a lot of promise, a lot of potential. We'll draw more cards around this, but Queen of Wands and King of Wands here. Yes. How do you decide? Signs, signals, synchronicities. Remain anchored, remain grounded. This is like something takes off. And you're like, whoa, which way do I go? Let us draw more cards, see what else we're shown. May we have more guidance and information, please, about this, about the choices, any information that we could have. So the Princess of Red Poppies, how interesting that this came out in pile 1. Now, if you were drawn to pile 1, there may well be a message there for you as well. And then we have Grandmother of Love, Granddaughter of Life. How interesting. Now, you are an old soul, my beautiful pile 2s. You've had a few adventures in this life and many previously before. You are an old soul. This is a gateway here, and it's a significant gateway opening for you. Now, the answer is not actually set in stone. I think this is about you making the right choice for you right now. And I think it's a big decision. This card literally sort of almost says, you know, you're allowed to wobble. It's okay to wobble. You're going to leave, I almost want to say you're going to leave quite a lot behind. Your world will be very different. There's definitely more than one choice available for you, whatever this is going to be, whatever this life-changing event is. I want to say don't rush to make the decision. Yeah, don't rush. Put down your anchor. And yes, there will be a launching into the new. And it's unavoidable, undeniable. And it's amazing in the best possible way. I mean, there's so much excitement here, but it's kind of like, who do you trust? Which is the right pathway for you to choose? I'm going to draw more cards and ask for a bit more information about the choices that are available to you. But yeah, you're an old soul. It's okay to wobble. But also, especially with such a big decision here, this card is also really speaking to me about don't be swayed by the past. I mean, for example, if for you this connected to a life-changing new relationship with the lovers. I mean, I'm not seeing this as being specifically a relationship reading, but it could be for some of you. It's just a big life-changing choice. And we do have the King and Queen of Wands. You know, whenever we get a king and a queen of the same suit showing up, it does indicate, you know, sometimes two people coming together. This could be more likely, I think, to be a working relationship, like a working partnership, and like a job offer or something like that, because, you know, this is like a power couple. If it is a personal relationship, it would be, there's a power couple available to you. For some reason, there's a lot of, again, I think maybe more than one choice available to you. Do you, don't you? Lots of wobble around it. Let's just draw more cards. Let's get a bit more information. May we have more information, please, for my beautiful pile 2s, please. Okay. Ooh, there's so many in this pack. It's such a large pack. But I love the tea leaves. I haven't used them for a little while in a reading. And you are getting a lot coming through for you. Lots and lots and lots. Okay, now the one that's showing up most, right at the top, that's shown itself over is teardrops, or the cards, turkey, and fire. Okay, so great personal sorrow. Someone is behaving badly, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. That's very interesting. Okay, so unexpected events, and we have the devil here as well. We then have chair empty, someone is leaving your life. October, okay. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Ear, good news. Okay, then we have diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Let me move these up or down. We'll move them down. Put these in the middle. Diamond, you'll be receiving a precious gift. Door, opportunities are waiting for you. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worrying that someone is against you. Okay. So I actually think that, my beautiful souls, that a new opportunity is going to be offered to you. And it really does feel, it's a sign, a symbol, it's a gift. It really is. It's so loaded with excitement. However, you've also got to let go of something. You've got to let something fall. October is a card of the fall. You've got to let something, you've got to release something. If you have in the past had relationships, like let's use this as an example. If you have in the past had relationships where you were treated badly, you're going to have to let go of any perspective around that. If somebody new is in your life, you're going to have to let go of any perspectives that stop you from having this. You know, you could be having a major wobble because someone new rocks up in your life and you think, well, I really, really want this. It's so exciting. It's amazing, but it feels so risky because I don't want to be hurt again. There's something here about taking a risk, allowing yourself, you know that saying, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Now, this may not be a love connection for you, but that's a kind of an example that's coming through. You have to let something fall. You've got to let something go. You've got to let go, I think, of sorrow, of disappointment. Whatever situation is coming to an end or has come to an end, I sort of feel something's already come to an end. Your reading is not focused primarily on a loss. It's focused on an opportunity. But I think that in the past you've had a big loss. And it's caused you to really feel very, very anxious about having something again. And yet this is an opportunity that is life-changing. If you grew up in a family where you were never kind of allowed to be centre stage, and now you can be centre stage, but it's like, whoa, how do I embrace this? Something takes off, it's amazing. And now it's like, whoa, how can I handle this? Fears are surfacing, because fears do surface. If we have experienced difficulty, trauma, negativity, then it's very difficult to step up and take an ownership of being in the limelight, or being centre stage, or having the thing we really desire, because actually we are fearful that it will be taken away again. There's depression, anxiety. We look through that lens of the past. Your reading is really saying to you, there is an opportunity that's going to be gifted to you. Kind of don't let the past hold you back. Let it fall, let it go, let the past go. You're going to get good news coming in. You know, have some fun, go out, enjoy. Yes, you've had difficult experiences and something is departing or has departed already. For some reason, I feel like the new creates a big, big wobble over sort of almost like pressing your buttons and reminding you of stuff that you have already experienced. Let that go. You can handle this differently. You're an old soul. You've learned a lot. You know, for some of you, the devil is literally the devil within you. You know, when you have like an angel on one shoulder saying, you know, go for it, this is amazing. And then the devil sits on your other shoulder saying, oh, it's never going to work out. You'll just be disappointed again. You know, don't go there. Literally bending your ear. That's what I feel like. You know, yeah, look, it all went wrong before. And look at this little devil's spear as well. It's really interesting. And yet there is this opportunity for celebration. It's like, oh, I can't really dare to believe this, or I can't really allow myself to have that. Well, why not? Yeah, but it didn't work out before. It's got this kind of flavour here. Let's draw more cards and see where this is going. May we have information and more guidance and information. Where is this going for my lovely pile twos, please? Okay, let's look at these first. Look at this, 3 of Cups. Look at the celebration here. Okay, then we have the Hermit card, the 2 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands again. Okay, this is a really transformational experience that's going to be offered to you. It's a powerhouse of transformation. It's really, really going to guide you, you know, with the Hermit, to help you to see things differently. Celebration, celebration. I would just want to say, allow yourselves to celebrate and allow yourselves to have the new. Yes, it's okay to wobble. Why wouldn't you? If you've had challenging experiences and then someone comes along and you feel like they're offering you everything that you wanted, that piñata, that, you know, your ship has come in, your dreams are coming true. It's like, wow, how could this have happened? You know, this is just amazing. But then it's kind of like, oh, but actually last time I allowed myself to have something, it all went horribly wrong. This does feel like a genuine opportunity. There's opportunity not just to have something, however that pans out, but there's opportunity to get rid of that little devil on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, you can never have that. It's never going to work out for you. Of course, you'll be disappointed again, you know. Of course, you know, this won't pan out. You know, this devil on your shoulder thing going on here. Now, this genuinely is an opportunity for celebration. There is a choice to be made, and that choice is yours to make. Kind of felt like for some of you, maybe there was more than one choice, but you know, the signs, the signals, the synchronicities are there. Ultimately, I actually feel there is a choice that is the right way to go, and you'll know it, because you'll feel it through and through. You're an old soul. This is almost like letting your ego get out, letting any past hurts, let them go, let them fall away, and sit in the presence of what the energy really feels like, the passion, the desire, the way that you feel in terms of the excitement and the aliveness. That's what's coming through here. Sit with the excitement and the aliveness, and that is the right pathway to follow. The signs, the signals are coming through emotionally here in terms of passion, vibrancy, aliveness, what it feels like from the heart, rather than what your head is telling you. And your head can really tangle you in knots. Your heart will not lie. It's time to let go of any element of self-doubt, and this reading is suggesting that you take a leap into this space of possibility, because it's transformational, not just in terms of what actually comes to you, but it's transformational in terms of overcoming those inner fears and those inner insecurities and those inner self-doubts. Pile 2, I'm so excited for you, and I really I'm tingling with excitement. This reading is tingling all over with something very, very new that just feels like, wow, this is something I really, really want, but can I dare to take it? And it's all about this sort of, you know, well, why wouldn't you? If this is something that makes your heart sing and fires you up with a passion, whatever has happened in the past, it's time to let it go. Pile 2, this is your reading. I am thrilled for you. Keep us posted. Thank you so much, all of you who comment and all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments as well. You are all very, very appreciated. Thank you for liking, sharing, and if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, then subscribe and press the little bell icon. Hopefully then my readings will come straight into your stream as soon as I post them. Tons of love, Pile 2. Yeah, keep us posted. I am so excited for you. Tons of love. Hey, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the card of the Star. Hope, optimism, your North Star, your calling is coming through here. Very interesting with Fehu, the rune of possessions, of nourishment, of ambitions. Something fulfilled. Now with the Owl as well, can't help feeling that something comes to fruition for you in some way, or you it is like finding your calling, finding your place in something. Let's draw more cards. What unexpected event is about to change your life? What is this? We have these and this and this and this. Yes, I'm seeing this and this as well, and this one too. Okay, and that one as well. Okay. What do we have for beautiful Pile 3? So 8 of Cups. Look at you embarking on something. Wow. Okay. 2 8s. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords. What unexpected event is about to change your life? You suddenly see something with clarity. Where you felt hemmed in, suddenly you know where you're going. It's like you know your direction, your North Star, your compass. Your compass is realigned in some way. Queen of Cups. Page of Wands. Yeah, look at this. Your calling, your purpose. You know what direction you want to go in. 6 of Swords. This is like if you were writing a book. Let's say hypothetically you were writing a book, and you'd started writing, and then but you had no idea what the ending was going to be. You've started writing a story. You had a brilliant idea, but you hadn't worked out what the ending would be. This would be like you suddenly you get the ending. You know where you're going, and therefore you're on a mission. You're full speed ahead. We have King of Swords. We have 4 of Pentacles. Look at the moving house here, the upheaval, the setting forth. 5 of Wands. And Temperance. Okay, wow. This is a very, very significant turning point for you, my beautiful souls, whatever this event is. We'll draw more cards. If there's anything that you have been struggling with, my beautiful souls. Now, I don't know quite how this event is coming as yet. We're kind of inquire, and this is a general reading. It's going to reach a lot of people, so we've got to think about this thoughtfully in that way. But what I'm seeing here is that something comes along that enables you to know, with clarity, to know what your direction is. To know how you're going to take something forwards, to know what pathway you're on. You overcome that challenge of indecisiveness, of not being sure. There's a real sense of certainty, of clarity, of direction arriving here. And that includes actually bringing your world into balance. It feels very guided with Temperance here. If you have been overloaded with work, or working so hard. A bit like if I use that same example of writing a book, coming up with endless different potential endings and none of them quite feel right. This is sort of that point when you have the idea, you know how this is going to proceed, you know where you're going, you know what's going to happen. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It really is, it is very, very life-changing. It literally, I mean, we asked, what unexpected event is about to change your life, but this is very life-changing. It puts you on track. It gives you a clear sort of almost a clear route or a clear timetable. You are going to love this as well with the Queen of Wands. It's like it takes you away from a place of stuckness or procrastination to a point where you're free to kind of move forwards. Takes away the indecisiveness. Let's draw more cards. Maybe ask about the actual unexpected event. Yeah, you see the pathway clearly. How does this arrive? Can we ask about the unexpected event? Okay, so we have Sister of Shambhala shows the way, and then we have Desert Harvest. Okay. I actually feel that there's been an obstacle in your way. Okay. Now, whether that obstacle was, I don't know, your own procrastination. For many of you, I think there's been something else going on in the background. It could be for some of you that maybe, you know, when we can't see the woods for the trees, or you could have been dealing with people where you haven't had all the information and suddenly it comes to light, and because you have all the information, you can now take action. But you overcome a hurdle. Something happens to enable you, this event, this unexpected event. It turns something around, or it opens something for you. You overcome something. You can leap over an obstacle. Something you thought would be difficult ceases to be difficult. You've done it. Let's get more information. Let's draw some tea leaves for you. Yeah, this is definitely about overcoming a hurdle of some sort. Now, and ambition satisfied, perhaps something, nourishment, possession, something you've been working on suddenly comes to fruition. If you've been struggling financially, for example, and you felt very stuck and very blocked, maybe the finances you need come in so that you can then move something forwards. But something is arriving to move something forwards. Also seeing this and this as well, and that one. Okay, and actually the one at the very base of the pack had stayed over there. I did not realise, so I'm just going to bring it in as well. This is Parrot. Someone will gossip about all of your secrets. How interesting. Did feel like there could be something going on behind your back that's brought to light. Okay, Beetle, good fortune. Success. Wow. I want your reading, pile 3. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. That's interesting with the gossip. Good news. Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. We have Crib, birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And Bowl, plenty of material things. Okay, right. Yeah, something that's been hindering you is going to be, it's going to come to light. You'll know it. It might even be that you get news through the grapevine. Now, someone gossiping about your secrets and situations in the balance that require careful handling. I suspect there has been something around you that's been taking up your airplay, actually. You know, something niggling. You know, when you have a gut feeling and you know something's going on, or it doesn't feel quite right, but you don't have all the information, so you can't act upon it. This is like the information coming to you that you need to see so you can overcome that hurdle, you can step over it and move on. It would be like if there's somebody in your world, for example, let's say it could be a friend or a colleague or something, and something doesn't feel quite right, even though they're very nice to your face, something doesn't feel quite right. And then suddenly something comes to light and you think, oh, wow, that's who you really are. Well, now I know that. I don't feel any obligation to hang out with you anymore. You know, it's come to light. I'm walking away. You know, it's that kind of feeling where you kind of was still kind of making that connection and still trying to make it work. And then something comes to light and you're like, you know, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. That's not working for me. But it's really interesting because suddenly you're free to sort of engage in where you want to be going. And just the awareness of something means that you shift into a greater mindset of success. Because I feel simultaneously something is coming into you that's very, very successful. There's an opportunity. There's tons of positivity here, plenty of material things, good fortune, new creative ideas. This could also be around, I feel like the negative element of this reading, I say negative, I'm mindful because I always think, well, let's call it a shadow aspect. I prefer to use that language than a negative. If we look at the shadow aspect, because the shadows are somewhere we grow and learn, they're not really a negative, there's a positive in there because we're going to learn from it. This might be as well something very, wonderfully successful lands in your world. Something you really, really want is coming to you, is being shown to you, gifted to you. It's an ambition, it's a desire, one of your top priority manifestations. Something arrives. And then you discover that somebody you shared that information with, you were really excited, you shared that information, and then you find that they're putting you down and slating you purely out of envy and jealousy. Well, at least you know where you stand with that person. You won't share with them again. It doesn't stop you from having your success and moving on with it. Yeah, there's something here about stepping over an obstacle, and that obstacle could be a connection to someone or it could be an actual circumstance. I do feel there is a clear route to success that is shown to you. Really clear route to success. New creative ideas, new ventures. For me, there's like a pathway being shown. And it's not a windy pathway, it's a very straight, direct pathway. There are actions you can take to move something forwards. In the process, though, I do feel there will be something revealed to you. You'll hear something. Something will be revealed to you that means you walk away as well with the Six of Swords. You very thoughtfully and tactfully leave behind things that are no longer relevant to you or no longer resonant with the new world of success, of abundance that you are moving towards. I'm seeing so much arriving here, so much direction. I do feel that this element of the parrot, of the grasshopper, there's some element of envy or jealousy or something going on, but somehow your success is so amazing. I mean, you're not holding back here. Why would you? You know your direction, you know where you're going. Good news is coming. There's a definite opening. Let's get more cards for you, my beautiful pile 3. May we ask, what unexpected event? You're going to hear about something. We have the Four of Cups. I'm seeing these 4, 5 actually. Okay. We have the Tower. We have the King of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups. And lastly, we have the Five of Wands. How interesting again. Look at this Five of Wands though, with you holding these lilies close to your heart. Okay, what I'm going to say to you, my beautiful pile 3s, is the unexpected event, I think, is like an ambition satisfied. It's something that comes to you, and I'm going to say it comes to you because you deserve the success. It's something that you've possibly been trying to manifest for a long time. It could be like that. If you've been trying to write your book for a long time, it could be that you suddenly know exactly the ending or how it's going to pan out, and you're just in the zone, you're writing. And then you need to sort of say to somebody, well, actually, I can't hang out with you tonight because I'm writing and I just don't want to step away. And then they're really a bit slaty behind your back. Oh, not there for your friends anymore, kind of thing. And you think, well, if you were a really good friend, you know how much I have struggled to get to this point, and now I'm really in the zone. Could you not support me? It's this sort of flavour. So it could be something like that comes to you, but it could also, for some of you, be genuine, also a real gift of something, an opportunity. You know, someone comes along and validates you and says, look, like being headhunted, and then you have a colleague who's really jealous and envious of the fact that you've been headhunted, or you were given an award for something, or there's some real acknowledgement, validation, recognition coming in here for you that gives you a very clear direction and the energy to be moving forwards in a big way to a pathway of success that is really right for you. But it somehow causes some element of friction in a connection with either a group of people or someone else who, in a way, however much they seemingly outwardly want to support you, kind of when it comes to the crunch, they're not supporting you at all. They're not there for you. They're not really, you know, in a way, they want to hang out with you. It serves their purpose to see you not succeed because it makes them feel better about the fact that they're not stepping up, or there's some kind of envy or jealousy going on in the background, and it's brought to light alongside your route to success, which is also brought to light. In fact, it's the route to success that brings out the other element of stuff. But you are very grounded in the direction that you want to go in. Now, the unexpected event is very interesting because somehow something is coming to you that gives you that clarity. It could be that light bulb moment where you just go, whoa, I know exactly what that means. Or it could be an opportunity to work with somebody, a group of people, or to hang out with a different group of friends. But it's something that enables you to get on track with the King of Wands, to really step up and take charge of your own direction. And it is your direction to success, to abundance. But somebody else around you is kind of disappointed. The challenge that's here, the shadow element, is to do with somebody else's feelings about your success, your abundance, your rewards, your possibilities. But my beautiful pile 3, I'm really reminded of, it's a speech that, part of the inauguration speech that Nelson Mandela made, his inauguration speech, and he quoted Marianne Williamson. I think it's the quotation comes from her book, A Return to Love, and we'll see if I can find it actually, but if you Google this, if you Google Nelson Mandela inauguration speech, you'll come to it, and it says, you know, we are not afraid, I'm not going to say it as well as it's said, by the way, this is just the gist of it. It basically says, you know, we are not afraid of being powerless, we're afraid of being powerful. And who are you not to shine? Who are you not to step up, kind of, and be the most amazing person you can be? You know, you don't serve anybody by dimming down your own light. You know, and this is what it's about. You know, when you step up, you serve as a beacon, as a light for others to follow. And yes, there will be people who are jealous and envious of you, but you know, you cannot allow them to, you know, and their attitudes to dim your light. You know, so everything here is about an opportunity and you following that through. I mean, look at this beautiful star card. Look at the way she looks to the future. She looks to success. She looks ahead. And with this owl, I mean, I just think either a moment of inspiration is going to come to you, or you're going to see something with great clarity. You're going to find your direction. An unexpected event is going to create this shift. And you will also, sadly, I think, see the shadow side of some of the people or some person around you. But the key is to step up and shine, not to dim your light. However this arrives and however this lands for you, it's very life-changing. So it could be that inspiration, but it could also be something literally arriving that you've worked for this. I mean, that's the one thing I will say wholeheartedly across the board here, pile 3. You've worked for this. This is an opportunity. You have worked solidly for this. You really, really have. You have stepped up time and again, and this is an ambition satisfied. It's something you have wanted to manifest, and now you are being shown the way. News arrives. It could be an invitation to something. It could just be a message, or there's something that triggers this transformation, that opens this doorway for you. And yes, alongside it, you're going to have to deal with something else. But you know what? Embrace your success, beautiful souls, and shine. It is your pathway, your destiny to do so. Pile 3, I'm loving your reading. Keep us posted. Thank you so much, all of you who post in the comments. Thank you for those of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. Thank you all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of these things really do help to support the channel and get us out there so that people find the readings. If my readings are right for them, I always trust they will find the right people. It's really why we do these kinds of things. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. It is a great privilege to read for you. Tons and tons of love. Don't forget, if you are subscribing, to hit the little bell icon as well. And that way you should never miss a reading as soon as I upload them. Tons of love.